So costs associated with a transplant, did you incur any at all?
Look, I was very fortunate that I was able to stay with friends near the hospital in Brisbane. I mean, obviously the operation itself, the transplant, is free, which is amazing. And I have to say, I am so grateful that I live in this country because that's an incredible thing. But yeah, before my friends offered for me to stay at their house, I did look into accommodation, and it was going to be quite expensive. There's a number of motels and things around the hospital, around the PA hospital, but really it just depends on when they're available. And the whole nature of a transplant is so unknown, like you might be there for 5 days, or you might be there for months if something happens. I met people that had problems, and they had to, book into other places and move accommodation a couple of times because they didn't expect to be there that long, and then it was booked out, so it's pretty complicated. But in my situation, because I live in New South Wales, the New South Wales government does give you some subsidy for accommodation if you have to go to Queensland for the transplant. So you do get some money, but it doesn't cover the whole amount.
Yeah.
So there would be accommodation costs if you live regionally. But besides that, it's really just the medicines, the cost of those, which I think when I left hospital, the bill I got was about $250 for the medications that they gave me while I was there.
Yeah. And I guess that every state's different. Even every hospital has different rules. So it's one and it is added anxiety on top of what you're going through if you do have to stay, if you're not living locally to the hospital. But
yeah, I mean, I was really lucky as well that once I got through the first bit, when my daily check-ins as an outpatient dropped back to sort of 3 times a week, my family and friends drove me from Byron up and back so that I would just have to go up, get my stuff done, and come straight back home. I was very lucky because so I could be in my own house and sleep in my own bed, and and that's because I am in that driving distance. I'm 2 hours away, whereas if you're in North Queensland or something, you don't have that option. So you would have to stay there for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah. And the best person to discuss this with, if you are worried or you're trying to plan accommodation, would be your social worker in your transplant team. The experts in knowing the rules, what you're entitled to, and they can help you with that. So that's definitely the person to reach out to.
Yeah.